and I didn't shift over to Pyramix until my Sonics it died on me. I thought, well, a change was forced upon me. So I sort of researched the various programs that were available to me for what I need, and the main criteria really, because these digital workstations pretty much do similar things, but the main ones which were the best at editing, complex editing, and there are only three. Well, there are three which stand out as Pyramix. There is Sequoia and there's Sadie. So I could have gone down any of those lines, and I went down the Pyramix line, which is great. I like Pyramix. It's good and bad. It's a little bit pricey, but it's got amazing internal architecture in it. You can do anything. You can bus anything to anything.
I think as long as you get used to your software and you know how to use that well.
Yeah, and in the end, you can just do it without thinking.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Yeah,
unconscious competence. So
yes, quite.
Yeah, just go through it without actually thinking. Because as soon as you start thinking, over-analysing, you kind of get rid of I find you get rid of your creative flow, and you spend too much time kind of going through the process rather than actually doing it. Like at the moment, I'm currently using learning to use Photoshop, and it's taking me forever.
I haven't tried.
Yeah, it's not very user friendly.
Yeah, I think. Well, you could say that about Pyramix. It took me quite a long time to get used to it.
I guess as soon as you're used to it, then
as soon as you're used to it, it's great.
Fine, yeah.
And it'll be like that with Photoshop.
Yeah.
But of course, one of the things with me was Sonic Solutions was Mac, Pyramix is PC. So I was in the PC environment, as are Sequoia and Sadie as well. I don't know why they're all PC. I'm sure there's a good reason, but there we go. They are, and that's that. So I had to get used to using a PC. But now it's all fine, and I do it all without even thinking what I'm doing, pretty much, which is great because you don't want the gear you're using to get in the way of what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I set up my room as pretty much a clone of my old room at Abbey Road with the same gear in it, apart from the loudspeakers. So I use ATC speakers, which I like a lot. And also I had a couple of clients who use ATC speakers, sort of harmonise things, so we're all sort of listening in the same sort of thing, same way. And I carried on, doing a lot of the work that I used to do at Abbey Road. And fortunately for me, EMI and Decca were both happy for me to go down to London and physically bring up their analogue masters back up to Thirsk to work on in my place, which they wouldn't normally do. But I think the only reason they were happy to do that is because they knew me and they knew I knew how to handle tapes, and that they were going to get them back, and not only that but undamaged. So that was great. So every few weeks I'd take a trip down to London, pick up a box full of tapes, and come back again and work on them. And that carried on for quite a while. But all that side of the business is all tailing off, mainly because people are stopping buying CDs, really. There are too many people who expect music to be free. Go to whatever site is your favourite on the internet and listen to what you want, and if it's not free, then it's not very expensive. If you go back to the early days of music recording, if you were going to buy 78 RPM records back in the 30s and 40s, the cost, a CD's worth of material would probably cost you maybe £60, £70, that sort of money. Whereas a CD now, or you can get CDs for a £5.
Yeah, well, iTunes set the price for 79p.
That's right.
99 cents.
Yes.
So,
79 pence, and you
all
can.
Music was the same price.
Yeah, exactly. So what duration of music can you get for 79 pence? You could get 10 minutes, 12 minutes,
1 minute, 10 minutes,
or 1 minute, whatever it is. But buying an LP, what would that have cost back in the day? £3 or £4 in the 70s, something like that. And you're getting 40 minutes. So it's got cheaper and cheaper.
Well, it's obviously illegal downloading and pirating.
Yeah, exactly.
Same in the movie industry. And
it is, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's not just music. It's all sorts of things.
Yeah, we were saying earlier about Game of Thrones, how it's the most pirated show
Yes.
of all time, and the price that must cost to make one of those episodes.
That's right.
Millions.
Yeah.
And
You wonder
everyone's just
how it
still
remains
in it.
financially viable.
yeah.
Yeah. But then, the net result is that fewer of these programs and recordings get made, and then sort of everyone loses out really in the end, which is a shame. Yeah. But
At the same time, it means, I don't know, more people have access to a lot of music. So you can listen to a lot of music.
Yeah.
So it's just good.
there are two sides to everything, aren't there?
So Paul Simon went to make Graceland. He had to physically go over to South Africa and smuggle his way in there to hear the South African music.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to hear South African music, just 5 seconds on
that's
YouTube.
right. And you're there.
Yeah.
No problem at all.
But I bet Paul Simon learned South African music pretty well, because he had to go all the way over there and go through all that hustle and go through all that trouble.
Yes.
So I'm sure if I just tried to do it, it wouldn't be as good as Paul Simon.
Yeah. Well, it meant that there's sort of a lot of emotion in that album.
Yeah.
And that's probably part of it, because he was there obviously talking to the people and listening to them doing it, watching them doing it, and just putting his own vibe on it, really. And yeah, it's a really successful album.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. As just one example.
Hi, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, remember to subscribe to our channel. Also head over to electramusicacademy.com where you can find out about our free bootcamp series that won't cost you a penny. Just follow the links in the description below.